So you want to quit your job and start a freelancing business? I've been there, and today we're going to discuss about the good and the bad reasons to make such a move. Hello, I'm your host Kaycinho. I'm a digital alchemist, and if you wonder what a digital alchemist is, you'll find a video just about that. Now, this episode is episode number 1 of a module dedicated to the decision phase of starting a business, so I invite you to check the playlist link in the description of this video. And by the way, this module is the first module of a course dedicated to take you from the burning desire to become your own boss to actually launching your business, so you will also find the link to the full course playlist in the description of this video. Now, back to our topic. If you're watching this video, I suppose there's a good chance that you're being stuck between a rock and a hard place. Maybe you're scared to move on while at the same time eager to change your life on your own terms. We've all been there. Sometimes it happens just after you've had a very bad day at work. It may be your colleagues, it may be your boss, whatever the reason. I remember this feeling like, whoa, this is getting old and I'm getting tired of this stuff, man. But this was not my main motivator, and that is a key moment, because if your sole reason to quit your job and go freelance is the fact that you don't like your boss or colleagues, well, let me get this straight. Depending on what you plan on doing, instead of having one boss, you might end up having a dozen or more if you're not prepared. Now, don't get me wrong, I love freelancing, but I see many people getting into freelancing as an escape to problems that will actually not get solved by quitting your 9-to-5 job. And by that, I mean dealing with not so nice people, whether your boss or a client, dealing with work overload, dealing with long shifts, dealing with crazy deadlines. In my case, my boss was not the main reason for me to decide going the freelance route, although he had a minor part in it. See, I always wanted a business, but I was not from a business-minded family, so it was a longer process for me, and you know how it works. Years go by and you keep dreaming about a different life, but it just won't happen if you don't act on it. And we humans have a tendency to not act when we're comfortable. So as long as I was comfortable, I kept postponing and procrastinating. But then a series of events made my comfortable life not so comfortable anymore. But that was not all. For example, the burning desire to be able to push my own ideas without restriction kept growing in me. Also, I didn't like my environment that much anymore. I felt the urge to create. I just wanted to feel better about my life. And one day I decided that things had to change. And I remember that day very well. At the time, I had decided to go work by train because I had almost had an accident falling asleep while driving late at night. So I was waiting for my train, and you know, when you start commuting by train, at one point you start seeing the same people every day, and even if you never talk to them, they are, part of your day-to-day routine. So that day I was waiting for my train, and there was this guy that was always standing at the same spot on the platform. He had that precision to always be at the exact spot where the train's door would stop. I don't know how he did it, but he did. He looked older than he actually was, and I know because I'd heard his age in a conversation one day. And he always looked like this was the worst day of his life. Now, to cut a long story short, from the conversations I overheard, it was obvious that he hated his job and consequently, probably his life too. So that day something terrible happened. Well, at least terrible for him. The train didn't stop where he expected, so the door was not like in front of him, but like 2 meters past him. Now, the man was furious, literally furious. Nobody there talking to him, not even the other grumpy people that we usually talk about how bad their day was. So I stood there and I was thinking about my life and how I never wanted to experience that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not judging that man, I was probably on my way to become just like that. I'm actually thankful because that was the day that I made a decision. I decided I wanted to at least do all I could to change what I didn't like about my life. Now, things did not move right away because, as we will see, some things take time and you just gotta deal with it, but at least the foundation was laid. As I said, other circumstances accelerated the process until the conditions were met for a change. So, what are the key points when making a decision and what should you do next? Well, that's precisely what we'll be talking about in the next video in the series, so just check the playlist link in the description of this video. So I hope that this video helped you identify why you're willing to change your professional life. Now, can you relate to my experience, or did you have a completely different one? Let me know in the comments, and by the way, you find the companion blog post on my website, Kaycinho.com, and I've put a direct link in the description of this video. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up as it really helps growing this channel, and if you know someone that could benefit from it, please share it now. Now, if you want to brand, market, and grow your business in the digital age, then make sure you subscribe and smash the notification bell so that you never miss a share of digital alchemy. And if you're interested in tips, tools, services, and case studies that can help you grow your business online, then go to kaycinho.com/newsletter and subscribe to my email newsletter. So, I hope to see you in the next video, and in the meantime, do you know what time it is? I think you do. It's time to invest
in your success.